Hello, gamers. Good morning. Welcome to the end of the round robin stage of Corsace Open. So now I'm joined by our awesome dude here, Half Slashed,
Good morning. What is up, Legless?
and I'm not exactly even sure if we're going to be doing results or the map pool first, but
We're gonna do map pool first, then we'll talk format, and then we'll do matchups and all of that fun stuff.
all right, sounds good. Is there anything that we want to say before we get into the map pool? I'm not really sure if there's anything I want to say before we get into the map.
No, I think we should just kind of jump into it. Like, it's pretty much the same structure as last week's in terms of actual, like, no mods, hidden hard rock, blah blah blah. Same size. The difference is that this is going to be zero point 0.3 stars harder, so pretty normal jump if you've been playing tournaments in the past couple of years. Pretty normal gap between stages. So I think with that we can just get into it.
Sure. I think also like format wise it's relatively similar in terms of like what's in what slot, although there are differences in a couple
Oh,
of places.
there are plenty of differences.
Anyways, let's go. I wonder what No Mod 1 will be.
Oh my god, it's anime! Yeah, so we have Roar by Kurosaki Maon, mapped by Kudosu. It's uploaded by Deka because Kudosu is we have lost him. We don't know where he went. He disappeared without a trace. Kudosu, if you're out there, like, please say something to prove that you still have a pulse. Thank you. But yeah. Long time since we've seen that guy. But his map still lives, so yeah.
Yeah, it was finished, but then like he went radio silent and we have no idea, so like we had to mod it too, so
Yeah, anyways, but this is Kudosu's map. It's his. So he was the guy that brought you Grand Finals DT1 last year. And yeah. Anyways, map itself, so again, a bit of a departure from the typical thing you'd see in the slot. Faster side for No Mod 1, especially for this star rating. So we're sitting at 236 BPM. As a result, you're getting like a over 7-star map. But obviously because it's faster, it's pretty easy. So nothing too crazy there.
Deka has shown up in chat to say that he showed up earlier today for like 5 minutes to talk about Mushoku Tensei, and then Donowalled me when I asked when he wanted to upload his own map.
What? Okay. Okay. All right. That's kind of epic. Anyways, I love herding cats. Do you guys love herding cats? Herding cats is great.
What are you talking about, Happy?
Look, this is just some cat herder stuff. Like, I don't know what else to tell you, man. Like,
what does he mean? What did he mean by this?
You'll understand when you're older.
Okay, buddy. Anyways, also shout out to Kurosaki Maon, rest in peace, legendary vocalist.
Yep, pour one out.
Yeah.
Had to mention it, but damn, that is not good for the mood.
That's true, but I mean,
you do have to mention it.
For such a legendary vocalist, I had to sort of like if we have the song playing, I can't not mention it because it's like it's messed up. Anyways, whatever.
Yeah. So, but what I do want to mention though is if you haven't watched Toaru Majutsu no Index, you absolutely need to watch it. It is a trip. The 3rd season came out a couple years ago after a 7-year hiatus between seasons. Very epic. Very, very, very epic. Even if it's convoluted, it's very epic. So.
Yeah, but that's not the show this song is from, buddy.
It is though. What? Like, it's
is
the Yeah, it's the second song. It's basically the second half of the 3rd season. From
Wait,
that.
what? Okay,
Did you not watch it? Don't tell me.
Of course I didn't. What the hell?
Fake Index fan out here trying to tell me that.
I've never pretended.
Okay, all right. Well, anyways, real Index fans rise up. Yeah.
I'm hearing some stuff on my stream.
Yeah, I've stopped hearing. All I care about is anime. Come on.
in the last chorus here, you might notice that some of the jumps here. Also, there's this very long drum roll there, but you might notice that some of the aim got a little bit more uncomfortable. Yeah, in the mapping process, this last chorus went a little bit, harder on that aspect.
It's fine. This is like a 4 on the 4 scale. There's like, it's fine, dude.
I thought it was less, but whatever.
It's fine.
Anyways, this map is genuinely really fun to play, though. Like, I think it's something about those high BPM jump maps with a little bit of uncomfortableness that is very, very fun.
Yeah. Well, you know what else is fun? This next one, we got a real banger for you guys here. No Mod 2, Soulbreaker by Fallujah, mapped by none other than Mun. Yes, Mun,
He's
that
back.
guy. He's back. We revived him somehow. I don't know why, but he's come back from the death. He's like, I needed to make a stream map that I was proud of, and that's what he did. So, yeah. So this is a pretty sharp contrast again from last week's, where this is actually much more focused on the stamina side. You won't see like a high degree of you won't see a high degree of flow aim in this one. None of the streams really get that space. There is some like aim control, but it's all like relatively easy. Most of this is just going to be dependent on, it's like, do you have the ability to stream 200 BPM? And if so, you're good. And if not, then okay, whatever. Some of the streams do get interesting, though. They have some reading components, but it's not. It's something that you'll find quite natural to play, even if you are disabled in the reading department, as some people would put it. So just give it a shot.
That's not nice.
I mean, anyway, players say this about themselves, man.
Anyways, yeah, shout out to Mun, and yes, for the person asking in chat, yes, the NM2 did come out early during the latter half of NM1, but it's okay. What the heck? Okay, never mind, nothing happened.
But yeah, so yeah, this is I'd say that this is much more similar to other of the metal stream mappers of our time, like LMT, Mazarin. It's in that general style, so you can definitely tell that with these streams that kind of like overlap with themselves. Something that you'd only ever see LMT do in the past, and do it well in that sense, but kind of pops off.
Yeah, this is obviously like, it's not what you'd typically expect from the meta of tournament no mod 2s. I mean, to be fair, okay, now that during the era that LMT and Mazarin were popular, it would be, but before that, right? Also, shout out to I remember seeing a post on r/osu game a couple days or weeks ago that said like, oh, what mappers would you like to come back? And then one of them was just Mun. It was like Monstrata, Sotarks, and Mun. And he was I let him know about this. It was like, why specifically me? But I was like, okay, whoever that Reddit guy is, you have your map now.
Yeah, that's why. By the way, that's exactly why we brought him back. Like just for this, that Reddit post was like, all right, yeah, we just said, hey, Mun, speed map this. No. This map has been like months in the works. So,
although you might have expected this, considering he did a map for closed.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, he did that Schizoid Lloyd map. I remember.
Christmas Devil. And he's also in the chat. Nice. That Reddit post is Corsace recruiting for the next year. Are we gonna get Monstrata back for next year? Yo.
I don't know if I'm... okay, anyways. I am not yoing. But, I am yoing about this map. This is one of my favorites in the pool. Some other people they prefer others. And there are definitely some other really incredible maps here, but definitely, like, having been a stream player, like, it speaks to me,
Yep. Some of these jump patterns are a little bit weird, but definitely not anything that isn't doable. And it looks like we're just jumping right into No Mod 3. Oh boy, alt time. Oh, this is a fun one. This is a fun map. Holy crap.
Yeah. So, is Bono, TK from Link Twisted Secret. We've seen this artist. This is like Tokyo Ghoul guy. So I think that tells you what to expect on the vocal range. Melvoin coming back again to deliver this banger, and he'd actually been wanting to map this for a long time, but for some reason, like, it just never happened. He was supposed to map it for like a Corsace close, it just never happened. But this time you're like, yo, it's your time to map this. And he's like, oh shit! So that's exactly what's happening here. History about this map is actually, we initially were gonna have, like, we had a hard time figuring out the exact round to put this in. But it ended up here. Figured pretty good place for that. And it's skewed, because of this, it's like we had to skew the alt map last round a bit harder than most would expect, so. But anyways, completely different style from last week's. Last week's focused more on the snap aim. This is more of your aim control flow aim. The BPM definitely hints towards that quite a bit, being 150 versus the like 130, low 140s that the last one was. And yeah.
And this map is like, it really encapsulates the song very well. I'm actually so surprised because the song sounds like a mess, but then like somehow this kind of looks like a mess, but it's still a very sensible map. It's surprising.
Yeah, this one's incredible. Like this is definitely either my favorite or the second favorite, like, of this pool. Probably the favorite. And similar opinion shared between me and the rest of the pool staff. And it's also the more, as Listia put it, the most Corsace map in the Corsace pool. So that's that.
And we're only 3 maps in. Oh man. Also, this map is only 2 minutes 48. That's surprising. I thought it was longer.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it has like no breaks. Maybe, actually, I don't remember. Goldfish memory.
Yeah. No, this map is pretty non-stop in its aim control. But yeah.
Okay, there's that. Yeet. Alright, no mod 4. I mean,
yeah.
like tech map, but like, it's
a tech map. It's a tech map. It's a tech map. Actually, it is. I'd say it contrasts really a lot with last week. So last week was just like pure sliders and slider shapes. This one is a lot more cut stream focused, as well as just like has a lot more of the I'd say longer. You have like the yellow tick slider extends. You have like some of the 1/8 sliders that enforce stricter tapping. You've got a lot more of that in this map compared to the other one. In that sense, it's a lot heavier on the finger control, I think most players will find, and the reading in general, like telling when you actually have to alternate versus not on some of these sliders is a bit trickier. So yeah, definitely a tech map. It just requires a different set of skills, I'd say, than last week's for sure.
I mean, the general theme is that even though this map has sliders, the thing is that like those sliders don't really have ticks. It's one of those tech maps, right?
Yeah. Also, I will say that I think this is the first, although we've seen Cubby as a very regular member of the Corsace crew, this is, I think, the first time we've seen Drop appear in a Corsace map. So, pretty cool there.
Although, it wasn't it Cubby who just said, like, oh, can I collab this with Drop? And we were like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's why.
Alright, nice and short tech map, unlike last week. Probably what you'd expect out of a tech map anyways.
And here's your not
okay,
short tech map. Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, there's some stuff that, you know, tech mappers do that is too freaky for a tech slot. You know, if you play tournaments, you've seen maps like this. This is the map for that. So your gimmick map this week is Slider Hell. So last week's tech map in No Mod 4, that one's just like the more gentle version of that, right? Like very elegant, like it just wasn't too difficult. This one is we dropped the BPM down, we put the SV up, the density is also up. This is very hard on the slider shapes, very hard on the slider aim, and it mixes in some of like the alt level aim control as well. So.
Woo. Yeah, this is the fruity tech map. If this is the fruity tech map, what word would you use for the previous map?
I don't know. I think this one's kind of like, I don't know. This one's like grapes, and the other one is like raisins. I think that's kind of how I would analogize the two. Like, you know what you like? I don't know. It's like
raisins.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like different flavors for sure. Even if they're like closely related, but they contrast again. Again, this one just like focuses slider aim way more than the other tech map does. And as a result of like the BPM being lower, for example, the finger control that comes from like some of those slider extends in the previous map, it's not as present here. Most of this is just again like reading these sliders, and all of that crazy stuff is a bit tricky. But yeah, Ishiak coming back with the tech for sure. This one was definitely a map that we have been tweaking quite a bit. So, especially if you played a lot of tournaments, you'll find that like slider tech is notoriously hard for feeling right. It's like you either have them as pure aim maps or they're just like unfair. And this one definitely started out much more unfair than we have it to. So. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, there is actually a BPM change in the song. The BPM literally just changed.
Yes. So it actually starts out closer to 150 and then drops down to like 130. Interesting little things.
So you can see like the sliders are still a little bit messed up, but are a little more messed up even, but you know, that's how it is.
But yeah, definitely a sharp departure from last week's No Mod 5 for sure. And you'll more or less continue to expect that. You should expect this with gimmick maps going forward, because we've learned that gimmick players don't want the same map week to week.
All right, hidden one time. We're going through these transitions really fast. Oh my gosh. But we got Oka Ryoran by Sakuramen, by map by our boy Thunderbird 2678.
Yeah, so this map is a bit of an interesting one. So you guys have seen triple maps before, and this is one such triple map. It's in a YF/Yusomi sort of style. And yeah, this one we actually had in the previous round at one point, but then we dropped the AR because certain maps need to fit a bit better. And here we go. So yeah, this one again focuses mostly on the snap aim. Pretty sharp departure from last week's, where that one focused a lot more on just like the weird aim control and swingy rhythm. This one's rhythm is a lot more straightforward, and again, it's just that snap aim is a lot more important. So
you do need to be a little careful though. There is a little bit of a tapping thing where there are 1/6 bursts. Those also come into play quite a bit more later in the song, so you have to be comfortable with those, you know.
It's fine. So those 1/6 bursts are still relatively isolated. For the most part, it's a reading check. So it's like if you know that it's there, you can just, you know, you hit it like you need to hit it, and then you move on to the next object. But you probably won't get gated. You have more than enough time to recover. It's not like some like rhythm speed maps, right? Like nothing like that.
Yeah, I still wouldn't be able to play them though. My boomer hands.
Skill issue.
Skill issue.
Don't give me don't say boomer hands. I could play these SMH.
My hands are like 10 years older than yours. Only my hands though.
Damn, dude. That's what being legless does to you, huh?
Sorry.
It's okay.
This map also similarly has like no real breaks. I mean, to be fair, it does get easier in the sort of verse parts.
Yeah. Can we talk about how poggers the song is, where it's like it introduces vocals like 2 minutes in?
Yeah, dude, like the whole entire first half has no vocals, and you're like, what the hell? Is this just an instrumental song? And then it's not.
Yeah. It was kind of hard, honestly.
That's actually kind of rare in music, honestly. I'm not, like, I wish more songs were kind of like that, where vocals didn't, like, permeate the entire song, but also, like, were there. I don't know.
Well, if more songs were like that, it wouldn't stand out as much, so there's that.
Yeah. Anyway, the
Yeah.
last birth part. Aesthetic map. Very aesthetic map, in my opinion, to be honest. Thank Mr. Thunderbird.
Yup.
Alright, Hidden 2. OMG, replayer is the same person as the mapper. No way.
Holy crap. Whoa. Anyways, yeah, so, again, switching it up from last week, so we have this, Sakuzio song for, low AR, mapped by Toybot. Again, you know, he's a tournament player himself, so he can set the replay, and he's got no issues doing that. And that's what we have. Yeah, so the map itself is, all about the, low AR hidden streams. So it's lower on the lower BPM side, and I'd say that it is it's kind of tricky, but if you can get what's going on, you should be fine. I don't know, like the streams themselves aren't too complex, despite it having variable spacing, which is something I've found kind of rare with these like low AR hidden maps. Sometimes it kind of gets a bit too much. You can kind of look at it in the same vein as last week's Free Mod 2 for the people who played here in Round Robin, so...
Yeah, this is nothing like last week's Hidden 2. Although, yeah, it is more like Free Mod 2. I've seen people in the chat saying 5 alt maps every pool. This is not really an alt map, I would say.
It is low BPM, though. But,
it is low
you
BPM,
know.
but it doesn't play like an alt map, I would say. I mean, the low AR hidden map, but whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, so that is, that's kind of all there is to this map. Pretty short. Again, pretty heavy on the aim. But yeah.
Based. Stand Toybot. Okay,
Toybot.
Hard Rock time.
Yeah, so
anime? Not really anime.
This is like fake anime. It's like pretend anime. It's like it's a song. It's an anime song, but it's actually a lot pretty pattern focused. So there's actually the mapper is listed as Weekly Care, but you may know them as Enon. So Enon themselves were like a pretty prolific tournament player at one point, and you know it's like now it's the era of custom. So running it back here. Yeah, so this map again, it's like, it has pattern aim focus. It's similar to the No Mod 1 from last week, just except in Hard Rock. And I think in general, this has a couple more elements. First of all, ARs are not low, so the complexity goes somewhere else. You start to see that a lot with more 1/4 sliders, stuff like that. The angles themselves are kind of more sudden. Also, there is a lot more focus with, like, spaced quints, stuff like that, basically.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what the? Okay, yeah. Yeah, runoff is, for someone asking in chat, runoff is, in fact, just one pool. There is, like, one pool for each week, each stage. So there are only 4 pools in total. Oh, well, okay, we'll get into that.
Yeah, well, we have a whole format part after this, so
yep.
We'll explain what's going on there. But yeah, other than that, it's like pretty similar to what you'd expect like a Hard Rock 1 to kind of test in this tournament, where it's starts off more aim focused, and we're starting to get more of a like multi-skill sort of focus as time goes on, which is kind of the way that Hard Rock 1s have been trending for a while. So this is no exception in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
Also, despite it being 200 BPM, there's just not that many streams, so no one should really be getting gated on this unless you can't hit like quints at 200. I don't know what to tell you in that case, but
Yay. Was this 7 stars? Wait, what?
yeah. Hey, come on, man. Anime goes pretty high SRs. Don't you know? Come on, we have like the No Mod 1 is like 7.25 on or something. Like
so desensitized to hard maps now. Goodness sakes. This is crazy. Whew. Also, yeah, we are already at 7 stars. Yeah. I mean, I was the one. I literally designed this pool with Happy. I forgot that this is already 7 stars. Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, finishing off with the Corsace slider as we get into the next one.
Happy, do you hear that? Oh, it must have just been the wind. Never mind.
Hello, jump scared by me. I'm Kimo. I was here in the previous showcase, but I'm here to talk about the song a little. This is the second custom song we have for Corsace Open 2023. As you saw in the little intro, this was actually funded by official OSU staff. All of the songs were funded by them, and they made all of the custom songs you have seen and are about to see in this year possible. But the song we just had was Inertia Split by Aethoro. I'm not sure how many people are familiar with him, but he is quite the insane artist, if you could not tell. I'll leave the actual map talking to the two actual poolers here, but yeah, I hope you guys like the song.
I definitely like that song. This is probably my favorite custom song that we are releasing this year. Because I have a big big thing for instrumental songs in general. But map itself, so we heard you guys like multi-skill precision, and here we are hitting you with the multi-skill precision. So this is very similar. So we brought LMT back from the grave to come out for this custom song. And he brought out something kind of like the Mars sort of style. So if you saw Mars in Corsace Open 2020, this is Mars for humans, right? So like bringing planets down to Earth. Isn't that poetic? But yeah, so it has quite a bit of like rhythm focus, but at the same time, none of it's actually speed gated. Because the BPM is low enough that I think it's like 120-ish BPM, and then all the snaps even the 1/6 is like 180, and there's no 1/8. So even though there are different snaps, it's still a lot more of like a reading kind of check. So no speed gate rhythm map. Isn't that exciting? Yeah, and it's tied together with precision, bit of like aim control, as per usual for this BPM, and yeah, that's what we got. Anything else you want to add, Legless, before we move on to the DTs?
There's 1-5 in this map. Wow, so crazy.
Yeah.
Other than that, not much.
Yeah, actually, that part's pretty crazy because it has like a 1/3 to it has like a 1/4 to 1/5 to 1/6 part, like kind of insane. Anyways, memes. Let's get on to the DTs.
It's gaming time.
Yep.
Okay, so now we have Okaranman by Key Talk. Do not confuse the song name with Hidden One. Something funny Japanese song.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, this is anime. There is a slight twist to this. So first of all, we're now on 10.3. Last week was not 10.3, but this week is. And not only that are we on 10.3, the BPM here is much lower than you would expect. In fact, it's lower than No Mod 1. So 10.3, so this is a bit more of a focus on the actual like 10.3 skill, because when you drop the BPM sufficiently, the density actually gets lower to the point where you actually have to process circles a bit harder on the high AR. So we're kind of at the edge of that. I think it's like if you get, I'd say 10, 15 BPM lower, it starts to get really annoying. But this is like just at the point where it makes it a bit hard for people not super comfortable with 10.3. So if you're used to playing like 240, 250 after DT on 10.3, you might struggle a bit with this, especially if you're not too experienced with it. But yeah, other than that, very straightforward aim map. All the patterns are quite simple, but it's very refreshingly enjoyable. Thank you, Fisherlink, for coming out with that.
What do you pronounce that?
I always just say Fisherlink, but yeah, I don't know. It's like, this is, I think you made comments in the past, like this, where you referred to this as kind of being like your standard like anime map in like 2014.
Oh yeah, this is definitely. Although normally back then they were like AR8.
Well, you still had some AR9 maps like this. They did exist. I will say, it's like the BPM is higher than, or sorry, just the spacing is higher than a lot of the maps from that time period, but it's kind of like those patterns. Like you have those, you've got like regular zigzags, like going wide across the screen, like mixed in with some like squares and like linear stuff. Like, I don't know, it's got pattern variety.
There's no 1-2 1-2s. 1-2 1-2s suck.
Oh yeah. And seeing is definitely old-fashioned. But you know what else is old-fashioned? This DT2. All right, we got Toho. It's a Necrophantasia range. You already know. So this is Nissan, aka Dastavukudf, keyboard mash.
And then
collabing with Lucent. And yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's like, if you've played old DT maps, you know this song. I'm pretty sure there's a ranked map of this, but here's a more modern old map of this. I don't know, like sometimes they just don't have enough speed. Like that was the thing with like the old maps. Sometimes it's just like there just weren't enough bursts. But here, like natural born speed player comes out, gives you more bursts. Here you go.
Yeah, I think the old map of this was the short version of this song.
Yeah. So here's the long version. Yeah. Anyways, quite the difference from last week. Last week we had like 228 BPM or 225, something like that. This week we have healthy 252 BPM. So y'all were like, "Where's the speed?" Well, here's your speed. So 252. I'd say this one has, it's got both bursts, and it has some of the longer streams. So I think the streams get up to like 17 notes. If you struggle with that on 250, you're gonna have a bad time. Otherwise, you're gonna have a great time because they're nice and isolated. So you know where they are. You know, you can prep for them mentally and everything. Feels kind of good to hit. So, and it's also with just like, the thing is, it's like, when you have a map like this, you really need the touch of the people that actually play these maps, and these are two of them right here. Like Lucian, Nissan, like these are your old map DT gamers. Like, couldn't find a better duo to give you a high quality DT map.
Yeah. Also, replayers our other resident Toho fan, Nanoya. He's been a little Toho filled recently.
Dude, that's where we need to be, you know? Like,
so much so that he's not even Nanoya anymore right now.
Speaking of Toho, and actually related, so there's a non-stop Toho 7 non-stop medley just got ranked by Lucian. Go check that out. If you like this, if you like Necrophantasia as much as all of us do, yeah, go check it out.
Plug for Lucent, we stand. I don't even know how he does it, like with the storyboards and stuff.
Yeah. Also, damn, the SR is high. Laser SR is real when it comes to speed.
We're already in grand finals, guys. I don't even know.
That's
how that's
kind of
even
insane.
Real.
That's actually kind of insane.
Oh man. Oh, okay. This one's a little unhinged, but I love it so much.
Yeah, actually, well, it has more hinges than last week, so, you know, so this one is, again, like, another archetype you'd usually expect in, DT3, or I guess, like, you'd expect it in DT4 in, like, the, you know, the typical pool, but here it is in DT3. And the thing is, here is, this map is a lot, this is in the alt-ish range for DT, so after DT, it gets to, like, I don't know, 160, 165, so it's kind of in that, like, weird aim control range, where certain snap patterns are kind of interesting. But the thing is, this one also has changing snaps, kind of like last week's, although the changing snaps are between, like, 1/4 and 1/3. So, kind of similar in its it's sort of similar to how LMT's map is in Hard Rock 2, but it's represented quite differently, especially with the way that it introduces fast aim at those parts. So,
yep. Scub starts mapping what he actually listens to.
Yeah, I forgot the genre of this map. It's like,
well, this is some
bossa
Brazilian thing.
or something. It's definitely some Brazilian stuff, which is kind of interesting how the Brazilian song didn't actually come from the Brazilian mapper, but, you know, Scub's just cultured like that, you know?
Brazilian music theory goes way too hard. I'm actually not even joking. It's unbelievable.
I see. But yeah,
I don't know, man. It's crazy. Those instrumentalists are going wild. I don't know what they're doing down there.
So true. But yeah, actually, so this is actually the second AR8 map in this pool. The last map was AR8. This is also AR8. Overall, like, your high AR options are DT1. So have fun with that. We're just not on a high enough stage for that AR differentiation, but yeah.
Samba, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, Fremont 1. Oh, this is played with Hard Rock. Wow, interesting. More Toho. I'm sure people here know what the song is, although I don't think there are any... Well, they're definitely not any ranked standard maps of this. But there are a couple good ones, and I know...
Yo, I played this in My My.
Oh, is this in My My? Crazy.
Yeah, this is in My My. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I think it's in only on My My DX, though, so...
Okay. Keep in mind, if you're playing with no mod, this is not as hard as this. Actually, I think that star rating is also with Hard Rock. Or is it not? I actually have no idea.
I don't know. Regardless, so Errol back at it again. You saw him last round. You saw him this round too. So here we actually have changed the speed map. So this is what we call speed tech, where it's too fast to be considered, your grandma's tech map, but it's not exactly. Basically, it's in that weird range of like. It's fast, but so some people can't play it, but not so fast that you call it pure speed. So fast tech, that's what we got. Anyways, yeah. So this one has like a couple sliders. It's got like 1/4 density. It has a little bit of aim control, and yeah, it's just mixed in with all those bursts. So
Got the nuclear launch codes. Send me the nuclear launch codes. Yes.
all right, Oku fan.
Some of like the bursts and streams in this map are actually a little bit taxing, I would say, but probably only for people who really don't have hands. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I will say Hard Rock, I think, is definitely the harder mod on this. So
Armenian? You mean Albanian? Dumbass. Context. Okay, the like eagle pose there on the flag looked like the Albanian flag.
all right,
the
thanks.
Albanian also has a flag eagle on it. Okay, I'm sorry.
All good. Happens. Legless moment.
I love Albania.
Okay, dude.
Racist, Chemo. Racist. Alright, anyways. Oh, what, another Hard Rock replay? Are you kidding me? Also more Toho. Yeah,
Yo, Toho!
Toho.
Yeah, anyways, so, so this is, your typical, CS5 AR8, except it's neither CS5 nor AR8. It's actually CS 5.2 AR8 7.8. Yeah, but it's Desire Drive. Hey, I know that song, but it's Desire Drive, remix, so, I just still find that funny. It's a bit of a callback to, Corsace Open 2020, but, yeah. Got a lot of references like that, actually, in this pool. Yeah, so the map itself, it's kind of like your pattern aim, low AR map. Nothing too crazy in that regard. All you need to know is it's good. This is also Elaine's first map in Corsace Open. So Corsace Open debut, kind of cool. Collabing with Nissan too. So
Nissan's
actually,
been mapping so much. Holy crap! I didn't even notice that.
yeah, he was in the groove back then, But yeah, so he actually Nissan was gonna do this, and he's like, "Oh, can we get Elaine in?" And so we did. Kind of cool. I'm pretty sure Elaine is actually ranked quite a few AR8 maps as well. I remember looking at his stuff, and it's just like, this is kind of his thing. I didn't even know. It's just like, wow, there are other AR8 mappers? Kind of crazy. So
Real. Doomsday approves of this Toho pool. Well, to be fair, there are only 3 Toho songs in this pool. Like, none of the first half of the pool was Toho. And last week we only had 1. We had 1. Can you imagine?
it's Toho Cup regardless. But yeah, so I think that is actually 3 Toho songs. So
yeah, 3.
Not as many as you'd think, huh? But anyways, who's complaining? We all love Toho in this household. And if you don't, well, you're not part of the household.
Yep. You can see these circles are pretty small. Like with Hard Rock, this is actually like 6.9. So yeah.
Yeah. And definitely very tricky when it comes to the frequency of linear patterns in this one. So again, just keep an eye out for that. It'll get tricky.
All right, tiebreaker time. No custom song this time. So we're not gonna make it like ooh hype. But
hey, this is a hype map.
It's a hype map. We just don't need to shut up.
We just didn't make a video for it. Come on.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Exactly.
yeah. So bet you didn't expect this one, but you didn't expect last week's either. So we have Bomb Bang Bound, Hizui Chazuke, basically, which is like a collab name between what were the artists? It was like Hino Isuka and then the other one. You know the other one,
Wait,
right?
why does the metadata only say one artist then? Or is that the collab name?
That's the collab name.
Oh, that's
they
the
have
collab
like
name. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, got that.
Yeah, they have like this art, like there's like 3 artists of like that all do this kind of music, and they all kind of like collab.
Yeah.
So it's like the Happy Hardcore Brothers. I don't know, dude.
A. And
But anyways,
whatever.
both of them are featured artists. This is mapped by Rise Aika, and it's in the BPM. It's kind of on the faster side, so it's like 202, 205, something like that. And basically, this is like your faster tech tiebreaker, but it features quite a few slider overlap patterns. So it's got a bit of a reading element, which is uncommon in tiebreakers. Basically, don't see this, but nonetheless, this is what Rise Aika came up with. So pretty cool in that regard. Yeah.
A lot of this isn't really like a big macro aim sort of map. Almost all the aim in this map is at the like sort of micro level. This is like, I can't really believe this is an Ica map because it's like really different from what he usually makes, but it's interesting. You'll also see later on in the map, you'll see a couple goofy patterns that I think are really, like this one with the numbers. Yeah.
Oh, we got a lot of nice slider references. So you have the numbers, but you've also got the Konami code. The Konami code is here as well.
Micro movements, yeah. we got letters.
I'm pretty sure that was a Konami code, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as far as the like mix of skills, so again, different BPM range, different combination of stuff.
3, 2,
oh,
1.
there's 3, 2, 1. Oh my god. Just enjoy the numbers, man. I don't know. Yeah, so this is it has some streams and it has some jumps and it's got some sliders and yeah, it's multiple skills. So have fun.
Yeah, the stamina is definitely pretty difficult in this one, I would say. Like, I mean, there aren't necessarily death streams. Actually, there are some streams that are actually quite long, but yeah, you might get tired by the end of this one.
Longest stream gets to like, I don't know, like 24, 25 notes, something like that. It's nothing too crazy. It's more of like you have some frequency of like some of these like longer streams in these sections, and you don't really get very many breaks. So you have to be able to tap the BPM basically.
Oh, nice heart. Half of a heart. Oh, this part is funny. It looks like what's that song called? Alien.
Nah, man, come on. Don't do Ica like that. SMH.
That's true. Well, I don't know. There's like the up and down sliders kind of look like the patterns in that map.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is only 6.7 stars. Crazy.
Yeah, so it's actually quite on the low side. You know, it's like lower than one of the DTs, but we all love new SR for DT. Trust me, it's still hard enough. I think a lot of teams will struggle to put up consistent scores on this, like consistently high scores on this. But just remember to actually play this one. It's got more stuff that you want to practice than you'd probably expect out of a lot of tiebreakers. So
he's waiting for the second it ends to upload.
Amazing.
Stop Winnie upload.
No, come on, man. I don't want to talk about fucking Alien. Get me off this cast, bro.
Well, you're gonna be off this cast soon, bro. Oh, Corsace slide. I actually didn't notice that when I was looking through this map. Crazy. Oh, a couple 1-6 patterns in here too. Crazy. Yeah, people have slider art, and then you think about freaking stream art. You can make art out of streams. Oh yeah, this is the more you know star. I wasn't what? Deca. I wasn't what? Okay, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, anyway, so yeah, that's the pool. So this is I think now we move on to format really quick before we get into results and then the matchups. So, but yeah. Okay, perfect. So, this is the runoff. So the runoff is a little interesting in the sense of no one's ever done one. But the way it's kind of works is the first round, if you lose in the first round, you're eliminated. And if you win the second round, that just gives you a better seeding, pretty much. So you've got this is composed of the second and third placing teams of the four groups that we had this past weekend, and they're going head to head pretty much. So they're power seeded, and that's kind of how they are placed in the runoff bracket.
So yeah, basically the top teams from each of the groups do not need to play this week. Pretty much,
Yep.
you don't need to worry about anything. Although your team captain will probably take care of that for you.
Yeah, so like winners, if you were on a team that won the groups last week, then congratulations, because you get to skip this week. You get to just watch these teams fight it out for those last four spots in the bracket. So
Yep. And if you got the bottom spot in your group, you also do not need to play this week because you are eliminated. So
yeah.
unfortunate, but yes.
Anyways, so looks like we have the results. So for the winners of the group, we have KFC Zinger Box, Starbound, Dream Squad, and Godfield Gaming. Those teams will advance from round robin straight into the bracket. So good job. And then as far as the runoff teams, we are going to have Allah Gaming, Blue Pants. Sorry, couldn't read. Yeah, no, sorry. We have Fukamotor, Rubber Conquest, Swag Lords, Allah Gaming, Blue Pants, Ice T, Jokowi, Grease Monkey Deluxe, and OWC France B going into the runoff. So, saw that a bit in the previous image, but nonetheless, that's what we have here. So, and then
Kind of
everyone else was
interesting that
eliminated.
only 8 teams play this week, even though there were 24, or to be fair, 20 that are still in the tournament.
Yeah, well, we gotta figure out who's gonna make that bracket. That's what it's for.
Yep. Oh, I actually need clarification on this because I forgot when we first came up with it. But for the second match, does everyone enter like the knockout one bracket in the upper bracket? Oh wait, it's a single elam. My bad. Anyways, seeding, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, for seeding. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
That's it.
You can have
So,
a little bit of pressure taken off of you if you win your first match this week in the runoff bracket.
yep. So that's that. I think now we're gonna be moving on to pretty soon here. We're gonna be moving on to matchups. Just waiting for the next casters to show.
Do we have another set of casters? Yeah, these are the matchups
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
We don't really
Oh,
have
perfect.
graphics that show like the specific players or anything, I guess, but I mean,
Oh,
yeah. You've already seen these teams play, so
okay, cool. Then I guess we're good then, yeah?
we are good. So, how is seed 15-16 chosen? That is actually a good question. What is the answer? No, I mean between 15 and 16, and also by extension between 13 and 14.
Determined by, so the actual order is, again, it just depends on like where they're seated here. So the seating in the actual like start of the runoff bracket is done with power seating. So 15, for example, is that the winner of basically the winner of that first runoff bracket match between those 4 teams, Swag Lords, Ice-T, Joko, Wii, Fuko Motor, Grease Monkey Deluxe, that will be the loser of that will basically be seed 15. And then same kind of idea for seed 16 with a group of 4 teams below that. So
And 13, 14 as well, right?
the winners, 13, 14 are the winners. So for example, like Swag Lords, Ice-T, Jowoki, Fukamotor, Grease Monkey Deluxe, the winners of those will be the winner of that will be seed 13. The loser of that will be seed 15. The
14. Oh wait,
No,
seed
no,
15.
no.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
talking
yes.
about the top
Yes.
group. Yes.
We could have done something on the graphic where you just put like a number inside the boxes, but whatever.
Anyways, I think we're good. So, yeah, thanks for the showcase, and to all the teams watching, good luck next week. So, see you guys.
I'm pretty excited for next week's map pool, but we'll get there when we get there.